What's going on, everybody? This is Dave from This is Pop Punk Promotions. I'm here with the Dead Letters from Atlantic City, New Jersey. How's it going, boys?
What's going on,
How we
dude?
doing? What up?
Really, really appreciate you guys coming on. Let's dive right into it. So, when and how did you guys form?
Me and Braden are actually the newer members of the band. We joined up. He's been with us for the past 6 months, I would say, and then I've been with the band for about a year and a half. But they've been doing this for, God, I think
Almost
they
since they
said,
were in high school.
I think they said high school, but I think
Yeah.
they said they revisited it back in 22. I think they started up doing it again. So like COVID, I think helped out a little bit doing that. So they've been doing that for a while now. They did it as like a four piece for a while, then like things come to play, and then just how we come about it.
Yeah, they kind of picked everything back up.
Maybe like two
Like
years
Zach said,
ago.
in yeah, like a 22, 23 maybe. And
Yeah,
they had old members, new members, old drummer, whatever. But they had a lot of so that first EP that was released was actually all old material that wasn't recorded and produced until what, 2024?
I'm a say 2024. I think was when
Yeah.
it got released and all that kind of stuff. They and the EP is phenomenal. When they first released it, that's how I found them. A bunch of friends just told me to go check these guys out. Saw them at a Cape May local basement show, and just I fell in love with them from the start.
Mhm.
So
That's awesome. I tell people all the time that I feel like COVID was like a blessing and a curse at the same time. Like, bands weren't able to play shows, but because of all that, bands were able to like form and like get
Mhm.
back into the swing of things and realize like this is what they love to do, and they were able to get back to like doing what they're passionate about. So yeah, I mean, definitely a blessing and a curse, I think.
it definitely was a blessing for sure because, like you said, it gave more bands to now give them so much time to not have to worry about playing live shows or anything like that and actually focus on like your social media presence or something like that, or like actually making sure that it sounds good. You know what you can focus on at that point. Like you all can actually mesh together in a more cohesive way
You've
instead
got
of
all
like, yeah, instead of like, oh, but we have the show coming up, so we have to make sure we got this, we got that, and all that good stuff. But no, so
you got all the time in the world, to really dial things in, and I think that's where it really is a blessing.
yeah, and then technology took a huge like spike up for people too. Like they more got into like the whole recording DIY style too. That's
Hmm.
definitely a thing since people had so much time in their hands to be like, oh, I'm gonna learn how to record today. Now it's like just to kill time.
Yeah.
Very cool. So in November, you guys dropped Nukia. How's the response been?
Insane. Honestly, I so it's based off of a anime that we all like to watch, or some of us like to watch, and it's been so cool because like I enjoy anime openings. I don't know about everyone else in the band, but I love them so much,
Yeah,
and
I do too.
it was just so funny that they brought that up. So I was just like, okay, Rukia, that's been awesome. And
I
then there's just like the response has just been crazy, honestly,
I
about
think
it.
it's everybody but Andy, right?
He's slowly getting into it. That's
We're
the whole
we're
thing.
we're turning him.
We're
Yeah,
we're 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 turning him into the anime guy. So
yeah.
he's in Attack on Titan right
He'll
now.
get
So
there.
he's getting slowly surely into there.
There's always that one guy that's at first is very anti, Pokemon, anti, Spirited Away and all that.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
after a while, they become like the most like hardcore like, out of everybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hope.
That's what we're just getting
Yeah.
into right now with him.
That's awesome. So who did you guys record Rukia with, and how's the process?
That was Gladwell Studios with our boy Eric. He just a nice dude in general all around. Like that was my first time at the studio with them. That's where they recorded their EP. Actually, was the same guy, so he already knows like the flow of how they record things. So it was honestly a very easy process when it comes to recording stuff. So, but like for me being in the band, it was a little challenging because like this definitely a higher end studio. Excuse me, is definitely asking a lot more for when it comes to playing. but I get it. He pushes you kind of thing, and then he also makes sure that you're comfortable with it as well. So it's definitely like, hey, I know you could do better, so we're gonna do this again. So that's the nice part about it. He doesn't beat around the bush. He'll not like people be like, oh, you know what, that does sound pretty good. He like, nah, I think you could do a much better recording, or you could definitely do some different take on that one kind of thing. So Gladwell Studios over in it's like out West Jersey, but close to Philly area. I feel like.
That's awesome. I feel like you definitely have to have a really good ear for that kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm. So
That's
he's
awesome.
definitely got that for sure. Yeah, no, he's definitely got the tone down from when it came to the first EP, and then like the two songs that we definitely went in for, especially Romanticism. Like that song, it gives me chills every time to knowing that it was actually us recording it because it's such a heavier song. Not like that personally, not like obviously heavy music wise, but like internally of like how we came about wise with it. It was such a cool process for it.
You really want a producer that knows your genre very well, which I think, I mean, I wasn't personally there for the recording process, but I think they picked a great studio. And I think Hail the Sun, um, just what, a couple months after recorded
I think that he was
something at
there.
that same.
I think he was there only like a month or two before us. Actually, Hail the Sun. Yeah, they
Yes.
were there
Yeah.
too. Yeah, and then also my buddy Nick Berzese, he's the bassist for the Story So Far. He actually records there as well, and he practices there with the Story So Far too. Sometimes I think so. That's also a really cool name to be able to like say like, oh shit, we actually know someone at that studio as well, kind of thing.
Very cool. So what would you say your favorite and least favorite thing is about the writing and recording process?
I would say lately, as of lately, um, our writing process has been very jam oriented,
Mhm.
which works really well for me personally, but doesn't work really well for everybody in the band. Um, and it can be tricky sometimes to run stuff over and over again and almost a little exhausting. Um, but that's how I operate is I just will improvise stuff and say, well, this works and this doesn't, and we could work on this and we'll try that again. And sometimes it's really important just to just sit down with a pen and paper and look at lyrics and but we actually so we pay for practice studio time because we don't have like anybody's garage or anything, so we're paying out of pocket. We all chip in, you know what I mean, but uh sometimes writing on the clock can be a
It can be a
little.
little stressful.
Yeah.
I absolutely get what he's saying. So like the process of how I've seen with this band over for the year and a half that I've gotten more in control with now for myself in the writing process as well is we we love the way that we're doing it, but it's almost hard to get out of it at the same time. Like we like will want to write something heavier instrumentally wise, or we want to write something like a little fast paced or jumpier kind of thing, but it can be a little stressful to where we're just still almost on the same wavelength of as like as like the the EP and the two singles have been. The singles, I feel like they branched out a little bit more since I've been part of the band, so that might have helped a little bit. And then now that Brandon is also in, it's also adding a different like area of expertise of like, or not expertise, but like another feeling of like music wise of like, oh, let's sit down, let's maybe just try this out, let's maybe try it this way, a certain like form or progression or just a different style sometimes. So but it's still fun. I still love writing this way. It's like a shoegazy, but like a very pop punk alternative form of it too, which is the cool part about it. But I could, yeah, that's what he said is probably like like nail on the head for it for sure.
Yeah, and everybody's got their own like, personal niches and personal styles that they like and bands that they, really align with. Like Mike, who couldn't join us today, can be very shoegaze oriented, which, when you mix it with Alex's influence, which is so pop punk and so, um really just emo, is it's a really cool mix. And especially writing lately, because like I said, I wasn't there for the writing of Rukia and the writing of Romanticism. um I I have a very kind of post-hardcore influence in the kind of stuff that I like to write. And it just creates like a really cool blend, and we've been writing some really cool stuff
Mhm.
that has honestly, I mean, some of the stuff has just been completely off the top of our heads. Like we didn't even sit down and say, hey, we're going to try to write. It's just somebody plays something and somebody picks up on it, and it's like, all right, let's roll with it. You know what I mean?
It's almost like the good old days of just like pick up the instrument and we'll just play what you want to play.
Yeah.
There's just like no seeking into something, no having hesitation of just play.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like how it that's like how fluid it should be. How like I don't want to say organically because I'll sound like a fucking douchebag if I say it like that. but it's just a much simpler way of just doing things. So just let's just play and have fun. If we don't like it, we don't like it. We'll scrap it. If we do like it, we'll put it on the side, and then we could do something with it. Hopefully in the future for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we have, something that was written months ago that's just been kind of on the back burner, and we'll sit down and say, hey, we want to work on this today, and we'll start, and we're not really feeling it, and then let's say Mike plays something a little different, and we'll just be like, hey, like let's just roll with that today because that's
Mm-hmm.
what is feeling good, and we'll just kind of put that off for another day. But
And we'll make sure to try to remember it too,
yeah, yeah,
since we're
right.
like jamming so many times about it. It's like, okay, so put the damn phone down so we actually have something that we can go off
Hmm.
of like wise. So, but it's also like how Braden said, unfortunately, we don't have a spot that we could just all get together like separately. For like instead of going to the paid spot that we go to, which the spot is awesome. It's great. I absolutely
Yeah.
love the practice studio that we go to. The guy's awesome, and he respects us. He even helps us out when we need it.
He offers us extra time all the time. He's like, hey, if you guys need to stay late, it's no problem. Like I'm working on blah 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 in the back, so take as much time as you need. And I mean, can we shout them out? Shout out Never Image
Never
Studios.
Image Studios, yeah, Never Image in Tom's River,
Yeah, shout out
yeah,
Chris. Really great guy.
yeah, absolutely, man. That guy is definitely, he's definitely helped out a lot for
Hmm.
multiple occasions for sure.
All I know is that if I was in a session and I was paying X amount of dollars and I only had like 30 minutes or whatever to write lyrics, I would stress out big time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My ADHD would come out like big time and I would start just like freaking out and I would
Mm-hmm.
just be like, rocking back and forth and just like pulling my hair out.
Oh
Yeah.
no, yeah, that's how actually Alex feels sometimes, to be
It
honest with
it
you.
can be really stressful for him. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and we all make sure that we also talk together. That's like one thing I think a lot of bands don't necessarily do sometimes either. Is just literally just talk to each other.
Yeah.
But like we're all on a personal level at this point. It's just like we're all friends here at the end of the day.
Hmm.
It's not just bandmates. We all try to hang out outside of being in the band as well. It's just a lot, like I said, easier doing it that way instead of just like going in, getting out. It's business. I don't care. Just I'm gonna play music when I want to play music. So,
So that actually goes into my next question. So who are your biggest influences?
oof. I don't know, Braden. Do you want to take this way
Yeah,
first?
sure, absolutely. I really love post-hardcore. So I would say off the bat, Dance Gavin Dance. And Johnny Craig, really awful guy. Really awful guy. Really awful voice of an angel. Um, Hail the Sun. huge influence for me. Um, I mean, who else? I'm totally blanking. Emma Rosa, I mean, another Johnny Craig band, but so much different from Dance Gavin Dance and in their instrumental and um yeah, I mean MCR, if I could say that's not really post hardcore, that's more of a pop punk, but always loved MCR. I really kind of go everywhere. Math rock too. I'm a huge fan of math rock, and even kind of like more like alternative progressive rock bands like Black Midi and Sean, to name a math rock band.
Oh,
Those are some
Sean.
of my influences.
I haven't heard Sean in a long time.
I love Sean.
That name I haven't heard in a hot minute.
Suffer Like G Did is another one of my favorite math rock bands who actually they were kind of on hiatus from writing and releasing music for 13 years. They just last month released a whole album just out of nowhere, out of the
Oh
blue.
shit. Okay.
Really worth checking out. Suffer Like G Did. Great band.
All right. Um, I mean, for me, it really did start out with as crazy as this sounds. Simple Plan is like definitely a style of drumming I've definitely picked up on. He just wails on the drum, and it's just like so much fun watching him play. Matt Greiner of August Burns Red, I've admired so much. Definitely taken a lot of influence from him. I'm actually I've talked to Adam Gray from Texas in July a few times. Such the nicest dude ever, but like his technicality, like is I was try to like see if I can get up top that level. I try to strive if I can practice whatever I have the drums, but then like I'll go to like local bands that were like out in the state, out in the states of like City Lights, Easy Core band. Huge influence on that one. Love, absolutely love the like Easy Core days if you remember those. Um, so there was like that. There was Chunk of Captain Chunk for me. Cartel is a huge influence. Absolutely love those guys. Such poppy choruses, but the way that their tones are with the guitars is just absolutely phenomenal itself as well. And then like absolutely love, enjoy, and love listening to jazz drummers as well. Absolutely, I can listen to it for hours, honestly.
Here's $1 million question for you guys. If you could play a show or tour with one of those bands, who would it be?
If they got back together, honestly, I would say City Lights would be the biggest thing because I'm a huge Ashi fan, and since he's also on Beartooth right now, it's kind of like still a cool factor. So if City Lights ever did get back together in Ohio, and they would like honestly want us to get back together, or honestly want us to get us on their tour, I would drop anything out of a hat just to do that for them.
Um, in a fantasy world where this band ever got back together, um, I didn't mention it. Title Fight.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that answer actually.
right.
Yeah, I think I actually could see that, to be completely honest with you. That could be that
I'm
would
just
be
trying
dope.
to like I just similarities and
Hey, listen,
yeah.
by all means.
Yeah, that would be super, super dope.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, yeah. RIP both bands.
Now I'm going to ask you guys some non-music questions. It's a good way for me to get to know you as people. I did this with the other bands. You ready to rock and roll?
Mm-hmm.
All right. First one. Favorite subject in school?
Ooh. Uh
Math, easily algebra.
I would say history, actually. I was a big
Uh,
history buff person.
What was your favorite kind of history?
I was more into like the war segments. Like even like to this day, I absolutely love my favorite one of my favorite movies of all time is still Saving Private Ryan, even though it's such a dramatic, so upsetting, and but like that's like what people don't understand that that's what the real world is. It's that gruesome, it's that terrifying, it's that upsetting. But there, if you fight through it, you can see the light at the end of that tunnel, and you can fight for your freedom type of way. I am a big America type of person, so that's like also Pearl Harbor was like a fucking thing for me too that I very much enjoyed when it comes to history wise, even though we got pummeled by it, but we retaliated right away. They didn't have any hesitation to go right back at him, and just it's part of like the history of war. I think I'm more of interested in base wise.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel you on history. I'm actually a big history guy myself. And then math. It's funny that you say that. Math was my least favorite subject, and it was my worst subject. So whenever people say math, I'm just like, you know what? You got my respect. I don't know how you do it, but like, props to you, dude.
I
Yeah, I
still
don't know.
do, yeah, math.
Made sense to me.
Algebra, sure. Geometry, forget about it.
Yeah, geometry's a lot. That's why I said algebra specifically. Geometry's a
Yeah,
little,
I like
yeah.
algebra. Yeah, I like algebra though.
Geometry was actually my best out of all of them.
Okay.
And best was, C, C plus. Yeah, algebra, I could never understand like y equals x plus whatever. I just could never understand it.
Hmm.
So respect to you. So if you guys could be any superhero, which one and why?
Oof. Hmm. Superhero.
That's tough. Yeah.
That's a hard one.
I would probably be Spider-Man, right?
You
Because
think Spider-Man?
Spider-Man has such a respectable moral compass where he's got a policy against killing. And he's just like he's just such a, um, I guess just like what's the word I'm looking for? Like textbook superhero.
I was gonna say like the ideal kid superhero type.
Yeah, it's really nostalgic for me. Yeah.
It's very the ideal kid superhero type. Absolutely.
Or if I wanted to get like a little like less like well, I wouldn't say less moral, but like the Punisher,
You
just
know what?
really
Honestly, I thought the Punisher was like a dope superhero character, but he's just of what we saw, he's just a guy out for vengeance for his family kind of thing. He's still like a normal dude. He's not really a superhero technically.
it's fair. It's
But
fair.
you could say the same
He's
thing,
like the
but like
peacemaker.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I guess for mine is it kind of almost like fits the he doesn't really fit super part of it, but he's considered the superhero as Batman because it's just like his upbringing is like very dramatic, but like I grew up with that too. So then like I know everyone says like, "Ooh, Batman's a bitch with just money and all that kind of shit," and I'm just like, yeah, he can buy you out any day of the week.
I mean, it's absolutely a superhero. All day he's a superhero. Come on.
But yeah, he does have strength. He absolutely does. But he also has morals too, just like how Spider-Man does. He doesn't believe in killing people at all.
Hmm.
He believes that everyone deserves the chance to be able to wrong their right or right their wrong, I mean, kind of way. So that's why like it's also funny, like the Joker also needs Batman and the Batman needs Joker kind of ordeal. So yeah, Batman probably would be my choice for sure. Either that or the Flash. or the one of the two.
Flash
Omni
would be
Man.
really cool. What's that?
Omni Man.
Omni Man.
No, I'm just kidding.
Either
that.
one would be really sick.
Yeah. Peacemaker would be dope as hell.
I love that series so much. I wish they'd make
I
more.
know I need to watch it. I
So
really
good.
do, honestly.
So good.
If you guys had $1 million and you could donate to any charity, which one?
I know there's probably like a charity out there. I'm not really good with names of charities. Like I know there probably is one that like if I was able to donate, it gives like instruments to kids that really need instruments or that would be able to help out to give them the chance to be able to play music or actually have uh like a chance to go into a music program even then at that point so that like because if you're depriving kids of like that type of way like and it's the only way that they could cope through like everyday living like that's how I was especially younger. I just had music all the time. I would rather find a charity that does that than to unfortunately like the big giant corporations that I know that sometimes it's a little hazy in that area, so I'm not trying to be like that. I'm trying to find like something more genuine, like more personal based.
I hope I'm not going anywhere that I shouldn't. I would probably I would probably give food and resources to kids in Gaza.
Mm.
I don't know a charity that would, but
I'm sure there's definitely one out there like for
oh,
that.
absolutely. It's I mean it's stuff to yeah. All right, sorry.
Either one would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, last question. What are some places in Atlantic City that visitors should check out?
Anchor Rock Club honestly took me by surprise last year. Honestly, so I've been doing the music for God knows how long since you even started this company that you have here, which we really do appreciate that you what you guys do, especially of like helping bands get their name out there, supporting getting their like singles, music videos, shows that are coming up. But yeah, Anchor Rock Club, totally a sick venue to go check out if you ever get the chance to. They host emo nights, they host like apparently line dancing. I just now heard about. So I was like, that's pretty dope. It's like a wide variety of stuff that they host there. It's really, really cool.
It's
That's
a
what I would say.
yeah. That is a really cool venue. I personally have never seen it packed out like that, but they've got two stories with a balcony and a really cool stage and a really cool green room area. Um, just I mean, just like great people
They
also
treat their
to
bands well there
yeah,
too, especially
it's a
like
great
the
experience playing there.
yeah they've treated us really well there, especially with like the drinks, the accommodations, and then like the set times and all that kind of stuff. And it's just it really has been like I don't want to sound like it, but it's been a blessing to be able to play there. To be completely honest with you, just like the stage also itself is just so cool. It's definitely like how we used to have the Brighton Bar back then. Like that was the cool thing for us to really do. Like that was your stepping stone as like a local band. I feel like this is like that new point for the new kids that want to rock out on stage is definitely Anchor Rock Club.
So the next time that I'm back home in Jersey and in Atlantic City, we can go to a show at the Anchor Rock Club.
Absolutely,
Oh
man.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe do some line dancing too.
Oh
I
yeah.
I just bought cowboy boots, man. I'm all good to go.
Well, hell yeah. I'll throw on my boots. I'll throw on my little Daisy Duke shorts so that we can go.
Absolutely. I'm down for that.
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on, and the support means the world to me.
Oh, we
Yeah.
appreciate everything you
Yeah.
do
I
for us too,
mean,
man.
every outlet that we can get, I think, you know what I mean? And it really, I mean, like Zach said, it means the world to us.
Of course. So for the people that are going to watch this interview later, where can they find your music at?
All platforms, any
Yep.
single platform you can honestly think of. We do the YouTube, we have TikTok, Instagram, Apple Music, Spotify, even Google Play if you still even have that.
I didn't
I
know
even
that.
yeah, we apparently I think we're on Google Play still.
All right.
Facebook, even it's like anywhere you can think of for social media wise. I think we covered our ground for it for sure.
We'll go to the websites, buy a shirt, buy a CD, buy a vinyl, support local music. You guys are absolutely crushing it.
No, thank you so much, my guy. I
Thank you,
really do
Dave.
appreciate that.
Of course. I hope you guys have a great night. We'll chat soon.
All
Absolutely,
right.
man. Have a good
Peace
one,
out,
brother.
man.
Peace.
You have a good one.